So the first thing we're going to start with is blush, and we want to apply this before we put the gel in the swimmer's hair. So that's why I'm going to start with it as well. Basically a nice pink blush, looks good on every swimmer. Dab makeup brush in, and you get your daughter to smile, or if she's applying it herself. On the apples of the cheek is where we want to focus, and then we're just going to bring it up this way as well. So just dab on. A nice wash of color. Next, we're going to move on to her eyes, and we want to make sure to thicken up the lash line. So we're going to use liner for that. You'll want to use black for all the girls. On Pasha, I'm going to demonstrate using a gel liner. This is a Maybelline Ice Studio one. I find it stays on really well in the water, and an angle brush as well. And what we're going to do, we're going to apply color to the brush. And then as we're applying it to her, shut your eyes, and I'm just going to pull on her eyebrow slightly so that I can get nice and close to that lash line as well, because we want a nice small bit of a line. We're not looking for super thick. We're not looking for a winged eyeliner effect. We just want to fatten up the lash line on top. Just using short strokes. After applying the eyeliner to both eyes, step back and get your girl to look at you and make sure that they're even. And at this point, you can go back in and touch up wherever you need to, if one side's a little bit thicker or longer. Also, make sure to take the line all the way to the inside corner of the eye as well, so that we don't lose that shape. On Sydney, we're about to do her eyes. She's already got her blush on, and so what we're going to demonstrate for her is actually using an eyeliner pencil. So we're looking for the same effect that we did on Pasha. We want just to enhance the lash line, but instead of using the gel and the brush, this is what you'll do if you have an eyeliner pencil instead. So we just want to get right into her lash line there. And I'm just going to smudge to get it a little bit closer to her lash line. Next, we're going to move on to mascara. Again, everybody should be using black so we get the nice depth so the judges can see from far away. We tend to buy the Great Lengths by Maybelline. It's really inexpensive, available at all drugstores. Waterproof is really important. This is the one thing that I make sure that I buy waterproof so it doesn't come off in the water. And so this is a nice one. It's cheap enough that I can throw it away every year as well as it dries out. For this trick, for applying it to your swimmer, what I like to do is get them to hold their head straight up or even tilt it, but then get them to cast their eyes down. If your child is a little bit uncomfortable with this coming close to their eyes, you can actually use them blinking to get the mascara applied. So same sort of thing that I did before, pulling back a little bit here so I can get nice close to the lash line, and just wiggle it and up. Now for the bottom lashes, going to get her to look up, all the way up to the ceiling, and then just touch those bottom lashes. So the last thing we're going to take care of is lips. On Pasha, we've decided to go ahead with a bright red. Everyone on the team should be wearing the same color lipstick as well. So sometimes everyone will buy their own lipstick. Another option is to buy one lipstick, cut it into pieces, put it in little containers for each girl on the team as well. So with Pasha, we're going to go with a classic red lipstick, and we're going to actually apply it with a lipstick brush as well. I find it makes it easier for applying to someone else rather than taking the stick and trying to apply it for her. Now get your swimmer to do an awkward smile so that her lips are nice and tight, and then basically start filling them in. Make sure to get as far into those corners as you can. And that completes Pasha's basic synchro face. She's ready to go and perform for the judges once we get her hair done. So what I'm going to demonstrate on Sydney is actually a lip liner as well. Some people like this just for a nice clean line around the lip, and it gives them a little bit more control as well. So what we're going to start with is keeping her lips nice and tight. So in here, we're just going to go and draw an X to get that peak. Now she does have thin lips, so I'm actually going to just draw slightly outside her bottom lip right there, just on the bottom of it though. Just for fun. Perfect. So at this point you can color in the whole thing with the lip pencil, but we're going to go ahead with lip gloss. We have a few little extra things to share with you that can enhance your swimmer's look depending on their facial structures and features. Pasha doesn't have a lot of eyebrows, so any sort of facial expression she makes from a distance, the judges don't necessarily get to see like a surprised face. Let's see that. Her eyebrows can get a little bit lost from all the distance that the judges are away. So one thing we can do is actually enhance her brows. A lot of people do use pencils for that. I do find it nice just to use a powder. I find it's a bit of a softer look, especially for the younger swimmers. And an angle brush as well. And basically you just want to follow the same shape that her brows are now. And just fill them in like that. Again, at this point, you want to step back and take a look and make sure that they're even. Remember that brows are sisters, not twins. The judges can now see her face. Another extra step you can take depending on your swimmer's needs. Sometimes we end up with red spots that can be worse than other times, and your swimmer may want to cover those up. You can use cover-up sticks, any kind of application. I just happen to have a cream one and I apply it with a brush, and Pasha has just a few little spots that we're going to clean up for her. Just lightly touch and blend out